And for more insight on this deal, Muhammed Ammash joins me on set now. He's the researcher at the Istanbul Kultur University Global Political Trends Centre. Thank you very much, Muhammed, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, is there any significance in the timing of this deal? I understand that the conversation has been going on for several months now. Why now is this looking like it's going to actually happen?
Now, the main reason is the regional threat for both countries by extremist groups mainly ISIS, and then there are other groups. Both countries have borders with Syria, and we have the Syrian conflict, the major crisis in the world now. And recently there has been an attack in Taksim Square in Turkey, and then we saw how important it is that both countries need to cooperate in security matters. And it was actually for the first time since many years that in Israel they set up a table for crisis management. They helped the Turkish authorities with intelligence. In this region, we have the only two democracies that are facing these threats, and they need to build an alliances to tackle these issues together. And now there seems to be a political will. The relations were strained for many years, but in April 2004 they came close to an agreement, but then there was no political will by both countries' leaders. And now we have that,
right.
And we have positive messages coming from both sides, and most of the issues seem to be solved, according to the reports and the framework that was agreed.
You've talked about the security elements here. Obviously, It seems like Turkey needs Israel just as much as Israel needs Turkey from a security point of view. But what about economically? What are some of the benefits that both countries can get out of this agreement economically?
Economically, well, there has always been economic ties between the two countries, despite the diplomatic ties were not good. But both countries want to strengthen these ties. One of the best incentive is the natural gas in Israel. They want to transfer that through Turkey to Europe. And the second one is tourism. Turkey is now, because of the recent attacks, there's also a need for tourists to come, and Turkey has always been a major destination for Israelis.
Be interesting to see if this suicide bombing that happened in Taksim Square just recently will affect that, of course, because many of those that were killed were Israeli. Well, thank you very much for your insight there, Muhammed. That's Muhammed Ammash.
Thank you very much.